Hey everyone, Mike here, Rusty Quill's video guy, and I'm here to announce Rusty Quill's brand new show. On the back of all the support you've shown us through Patreon and our ever-growing community, I'm stoked to announce that we're now able to branch out into new video content, and we're starting with streaming. Come by and join in at 3 p.m. GMT on Saturday the 25th of January as me and our community manager, Anil, embark on a brand new gaming livestream series where we aim to introduce new players to the world of gaming through a variety of indie, retro, and AAA titles and genres, so we can show you how and where to start on your new voyage of discovery and community. And no doubt, you'll see some guest appearances from other RQ crew and friends too. That's RQ Streams, starting Saturday the 25th of January at 3 p.m. GMT over on www.twitch.tv/Rusty_Quill. See you on the stream.
Hi everyone, Alex here. I'd just like to take a moment to thank some of our patrons. Jam-Jamz, Anna, Ivanyos, Kellan B, Sarah S, Gabriella Cigarroa, Ashley DesertWillow Wilson, Ashura Sumeragi, Kenzie JP, Catherine Evans, Jess Riley, Elodie L, Anna Walker, Eri Martinez, AJNR, Isabella Bestfriend, Tracy T, Beaujester Real, Jake Cazden, Vinetabris, Quatermoose. Thank you all. We really appreciate your support. If you'd like to join them, go to www.patreon.com/Rusty Quill and take a look at our rewards. Gaming podcast. I'm your host and GM Alex Newall. With me today I have
Ben Meredith,
Bryn and
Lydia Nicholas, and Helen Gould.
And who are you playing?
Zolf Smith,
Hamid in outer hands,
Elsai Badham,
and Azu. And how are you all feeling right now?
confused and angry,
very confused,
like a teenage boy.
You also haven't done episode numbers for the last couple of episodes. Is that because you've forgotten what they are?
No, I know what episode we are on. We are on episode 142, he says.
142.
Possibly.
Yes. No, you're correct.
However, Alex has started to abandon them because he's starting to feel kind of old saying such high numbers. We've been doing it ages.
The new married Alex
So as soon as Alex
doesn't
is
like numbers.
this is too much, the party dies, end of campaign, goodbye.
Actually, that's never been mentioned in the campaign. Yeah, I'm married. That's happened.
Yeah.
I talked about myself, by which I mean someone else talked about me, because I say nothing but game. So, in terms of what's happening today,
He's being married.
It's currently morning somewhere. As it stands, you are at the bottom of the ocean. Mm-hmm. You are at the end of a tunnel with a bunch of mouldy old traps that are not doing what they were meant to, facing a corpse where presumably at least one of them did.
How big is this corpse and how decomposed is it and who does it look like it is?
All excellent questions. With that in mind, can I please get someone to give me a relevant check, most likely heal unless anyone has anything they think they can justify.
Yeah, I've got heal.
The two divine characters are like, yeah, we do that. It's a 17 from me.
That's a 30 from me.
Excellent.
That was a natural 20.
Yes. Could I do a nature one to see how decomposed it is? Because I bet that's something Cell would be fascinated
Unfortunately not. Nature's slightly different in this system.
by. Oh, I do have heal, though. I've only got naught in it, though.
Then it's physically impossible for you to beat Azu, so I may just press on with Azu's.
Yeah.
Because we do not do exploding 20s in this one. That is a bad way to...
That's a bad way to
That's
heal.
a bad way to play.
Don't explode.
That is a bad way to play. There's a reason they didn't put it in the book.
Yeah,
What's
it goes...
exploding 20?
Exploding 20
roll
is where
again.
you roll again.
And then add again.
If you get a 20,
Done.
you roll again, and then you end up with like a 80.
That is silly, and homebrews are stupid, except when they're not. Sometimes they're really good. That homebrew, that's stupid.
So, I'm just going to give this from Azu's perspective. Yes, you've dealt with this before.
Bolting head syndrome.
No, unfortunately, you've mostly seen this kind of thing in drowning victims because the body is in a very, very bad state of disrepair. It is heavily water damaged, and it is in a really, really messy state.
It's got more confusing.
In terms of the room that you are in, to give you a small amount of context, okay? You are in a smaller room. It is the same width as the corridor. However, there are two large pressure doors, one to the left, one to the right, and then just a blank wall in front of you. I say a blank wall. One panel is up, and there is an empty tube where presumably a bolt flew from.
Oh dear.
However, there is a leak within the room. There is water upon the floor, and this person has been face down in the water for more than a year.
Fair enough.
Oh gosh! Oh
It
no!
stinks in
this
here.
is going to be a puddle of horror.
So I'm not going into huge amounts of detail to say sufficient to say
Horror puddle.
you know enough to do the following. Suggest no one move it whatsoever.
It will burst.
Suggest no one so much as touch it. Also because it's probably, like, disease may not be an issue because if it's a pressure-sealed room, at least that's okay. But you know that, like,
Toxins.
maybe leave it as it is. This person has been dead more than a year, possibly 2, face down in water, and was killed by that trap. You are 100% certain.
Finally, signs of life. Oh, it's a trap. Right.
I can give all of you, because it's obvious, they appear to be a heavily equipped adventurer. They have a broadsword on their back, undrawn. They have a, like, backpack kind of, you know, the sort of belt backpack thing.
Human height.
About human height, yeah. You would guess human. And they appear to have, like, a cloak that's, you know, splayed out, etc.
Were they shot in the front or the back of the head?
Front.
So they walked in and went, "Blah."
Yeah, cool. It looks like they went conk.
Yeah.
You actually turn around and look, and on the back of the door is a bloody splatter where it's gone and popped out a bit of the back, and then he's fallen forward. It's just gone crunch, and then he fell forward.
least it was
or she
quick.
fell forward.
You know.
In fact, you know, it's a he.
Yeah, I was going to say, surely
So
not
we
that
shouldn't-
decomposed.
We shouldn't search the body then.
Do not touch this.
okay.
You know that will go.
Okay.
That will only end in tears.
Something might come out.
That is essentially jelly right there. That's horror jelly.
Oh,
jelly
yeah.
horror. You do not want to have fun with jelly.
So let's
horror.
step over
What
it
they said.
and go through one of these other doors. And not get shot by bolts, everyone. Eyes on for bolts.
All right.
Okay. Did we? Presumably, we took stock of the rest of the complex. That we could see from before we entered
So as
this
far
room.
as you can tell,
Can we
yeah,
tell
I'll
which
give you
direction to
a
go in?
few general things, but I can't go into huge amounts of detail because it's way too complex to decode.
I
through
just
murky
want.
water.
I basically just want a kind of mental map
Yeah.
so that we can start.
Should we go left or right?
Yeah.
What was
In terms of a mental map, it feels like a vaguely circular compound made up of smaller circles. Sometimes the circles overlapped a little bit, like they were staggered in terms of heights. None of them appeared to be sunk, as in, like, it didn't appear to go underground. You didn't see signs of that kind of stuff. It does appear to be settled on the seabed. You did see that the left-hand side appeared to be more heavily overgrown, and the right-hand side appeared to be more heavily damaged, like I said, something fell on it or something. That one had, like, maybe 2 domes had kind of imploded. The one on the left appeared to be more intact, but also you could see less of it because there's huge, like, fields of seaweed across it.
What do we think? Left or right?
When you said some of the domes were lit up or
Li-
powered,
little on both, unfortunately.
fine.
There's not really a distinguishing thing.
I was hoping that the power would have gone off because of that lightning rod. Was my reckoning, but you know, it looks like I'm wrong. I don't know.
You could power it in lots of different ways. Like they might have a tidal system where the way that the water is moving around,
All right.
or it could be the thermal vents.
All right.
There's definitely some thermal vents.
Give me knowledge engineering.
many big.
Many lots. No, that's 30.
Something this big almost certainly has a backup power supply. However, something of this size would not be able to sustain itself indefinitely off the power that would be available unless it had a geothermal vent, which it may because of the phosphorescence.
Yeah, so like if it's going to keep going like this, it can't be a battery, right? This has been years. So it must have some kind of connection, possibly to the thermal vent.
Well, that's-
if I was
yeah.
me, I would do the thermal vent.
If it was a thermal vent, you also know it would be unlikely that they'd bother with a lightning rod.
In which case, the lightning was not powering this.
You sure?
Well, why would you if you've got the power here connected up to
Well,
the
we
thing
don't.
up
If you
there?
didn't. What,
They do have the power down here.
Then
Well,
they
I-
could be 2 isolated systems,
Well-
They
Well,
could.
should we flip a coin to decide which direction we're going?
I'm going to vote for the ones where they haven't collapsed, and let's go for the overgrown side.
okay,
Because,
then left. Yeah.
Sure.
Alright.
Okay, cool. You are looking at an identical pressure thing to them. There's also another locker beside it. You see that there's also an identical locker on the far side. There appears to be a locker for each pressure door.
But you can open the door without opening the locker.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's literally completely like it is a locker, just a normal locker
Oh, but,
beside a
but
pressure
it had
door.
a tool in it that we might
Where-
need for some of the puzzles at the end.
That trap. Where is that bottle? Just at the top.
Yeah.
All right. I'll open one. Catch the bottle.
There's no bottle in this one.
I'll open one. Go. No bottle.
Does it have one of the funky tools?
It has 3 things in it. It has a fire axe. It has another one of those slightly peculiarly shaped wrenches with a proprietary shape.
Wrench.
And it also has another wooden box on top.
Right. I'm going to open the box away from me so I don't get squirted in the face by fetid confetti. Confetti.
Confetti. Nice. Very nice. I want to say something that annoys you, but
I get an inspiration?
I'm being genuine. I would give you inspiration for that one.
I hate that he just rewards puns.
So, in terms of the box in this
almost a
one,
punishment.
it actually isn't the same. It actually isn't the same as the first one. So the first one was like a posh rosewood box that you just smashed up. This is far more mundane. Within it, you see what is left of a potion vial. You also see that there is what appears to be a salad. No, this at a glance. I'm assuming you're showing Cell.
Yeah. I'm not.
It appears to be a solvent, and it appears to be intact. And additionally, you see like tools for the applying of a solvent, so like types of gauze, like a pair of tongs and things like that.
So
What's a solvent?
It's something that dissolves things, or that things can be
yeah,
dissolved
yeah.
in.
Actually, no, you would have a solvent and a glue in there, so there's 3 vials. There's a vial that is no good anymore, a solvent, a glue, and the meansing of applying a glue.
Well, look, this is part of some puzzle that we decided not to partake
Are
in.
you sure? Because actually, we're in an underwater base, right? Airlocks everywhere.
Oh, it
Probably
could
quite
be.
technical. I think it's just maintenance stuff.
Oh, so wait. Cell takes the proprietary spanner and looks around for a
Proprietary
thing-
nut.
A proprietary nut. It's literally like holding it up, looking around.
Like a shadow puzzle in Resident Evil.
2 things that you see. There are a pair of speakers in the very, very corners of this room that you missed. They're not built to be super sneaky. They're just kind of unobtrusive.
For evil berating.
Naturally.
For clues.
And also, you can see that there is a service panel at kobold height to the left of the pressure door with the locker on the right.
Yeah.
And in there,
Yep.
you can
Proprietary
see
nuts.
there is, and it looks like it's just a way of maybe manually bypassing doors.
Oh, it's maybe not a puzzle. It might be just, I mean, I suppose in the end, all engineering is a puzzle, really.
So it's
like just living in the world, if you think about it.
So it's
kind of puzzling.
It's a service locker.
Yes.
Right, everyone take a wrench. If you can get hold of one, everyone take the fire axe.
There are only 2 in this room, but there are 2 fire axes, 2 wrenches, and 2 solvent glue pairings.
Stick them in a bag of holding.
Because if they think we need them, we're going to take them. Or if they think they need them, we'll have them. Because then we'll need them, because we're here, where they are. Right.
So, I understood exactly what you meant then for
Thank
one
you.
of the first times in a long time. Starts opening the door.
You open the door, and the trigger goes off. I'm not going to say trap because it's clearly not going to kill you. Opening this door, you find yourself at the top of a walkway, okay, which is surrounding a room which is about 10 foot lower than where you are. All of the bit below this walkway is completely underwater. The water is slightly oily. It stinks of brine. It has been standing water for a long time, so it doesn't smell good, but you're not looking at force saves and things like that. There is a clear signs of decay in the far side of it, and stuff has grown literally up over the glass, so it's a lot darker in this room. It does appear to have a form of maybe an electric light. That's off. So in terms of darkness, we're in dim light, but we're not in pitch dark. With the door open, there's enough for you to see by. In terms of stuff that is inside, you see a pair of very, very small bodies on the far side of the walkway, but not in the water. By very small, I mean they are mechanically small.
Are they kobolds? I have dark vision.
Yes.
Cool. 2 dead kobolds over there.
Oh. I guess I'll investigate. Keep Skraak over there. Don't want him. They may be his friends.
Sure.
How did they die?
Give
I've only got perception. I
Yeah,
don't really have
I'll also wander up. We're the Healy types.
Yeah, I'll come, yeah.
How is Azu dealing with this biome situation?
Oh, yeah, not good. Not good.
They appear to have been. You need to give me the heal check for
with a 0 bonus, 14.
14. I know you've seen this before. They were acided to death.
Oh, no.
Is that another of your anxieties?
No, it's just horrible.
It's just grim. It's just grim.
It's gross.
Yeah, they were acided.
So these guys have been melted?
Apparently in the face. They've not been melted to goo, but something's just gone in the face and they out like a light.
Really?
I mean, look at them.
Yeah, 18, probably the same.
Anyone have knowledge in nature? You do, don't you?
I do not.
I do. What's that?
19.
Oh, that's plus 12. 31.
That's a naturally occurring acid that probably more likely came from a creature than came from a trap.
Like something attacked them with the acid. So that if that thing's still alive, which I mean it may be,
Right.
then there may be something around that's actually dangerous rather than just like dangerous.
Cool. Okay.
You know?
We'll be on guard, everyone, then.
All right, acid spewing creatures.
Oh, I was also going to say we should still be careful for traps, because it's all fine if all the traps have gone off until one of us ends up with a bolt in the head. So let's not get complacent.
I agree with that. Let's not die down here, please.
In terms
Not
of
on my plan of things to do.
in terms,
No, mine neither. No.
In terms of the room's layout, to be specific,
You guys have some very, very specific to-do lists. I
So you
never
have-
put die on
so
my
the
to-do
door that you came in
Yeah,
was slightly towards one end of the room. So the kobolds were on the far side. There are 2 more doors in this room. One is the far side to the right-hand side, opposite side, and another one which would double back on you, maybe one room over from the room you came in. Do you see what I mean?
Central?
I have no strong opinions either way.
If continuing in this direction means we're going into more dilapidated places, that's probably not a good idea. So let's head back central. That's my
Yeah,
vote.
and whatever is in the door that's nearest them, I mean, that's the most likely thing to be the acid spewing monster.
All right, let's go central then.
Okay. Do you check the door for traps? Do you just open the door? How do you do this?
I think we'll probably check
From now on, I'm going to
Yeah,
have to know.
I think there's a standard checky trap. We know we're bad at it, but we're going to
Okay,
give it
cool.
a go.
Give me a perception check.
Who's doing the open? Hamid's doing the open.
I'm just doing the check.
Fair enough.
31.
There is an active trigger on this door.
Ooh.
Can I tell where?
You can tell that it is designed to go off when opened. It might be disableable, but it won't be easy.
I don't know if any of us have the skills
I-
to disable device.
I do have disable device. It is not as trap relevant.
Yes.
Also,
Well,
you're not rogue built, so you couldn't disable magical traps. But this
No.
this is mechanical, you know that.
Okay, so I guess I'm stepping up. That is 32.
32.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
No, wait, no, that was my alchemy. 30.
30. You're able to disable this trigger.
They've got an int bonus of +6. So that's...
I know they're high. It's just.
We're a good team.
everything that you've got in hit points.
That is very true.
Do not...
You've got a beefy brain.
Yeah. You got a beefy brain. Not a beefy body. Not a beefy body. Like, you can lose all of my hit points and be still having a good day.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So, you are able to disable it and do so.
Cool. Okay.
Do you open the door?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to accelerate time a little bit and say this door appears to be jammed, but you know from that disable device it hasn't had like a massive structural implosion. It's not full of water. It's literally just jammed, so you have to use one of your little wrenches to undo the deadbolts to then open it. You open it into a pitch black corridor. Like pitch black.
Dark vision? Not me.
Yeah,
but-
of course, sorry.
And Azu.
So for everyone who has dark vision, you can see that it leads about 20 foot forwards, leads to another sealed door, and also appears to have a stairway that leads down and left, even more central.
So many options.
Yep.
Further up, further in.
So there's a...
You'd be further down, further in.
Yeah.
Down the stairs.
I was quoting Narnia.
Right. Should we go down the stairs?
Yeah.
So let's go downstairs.
Okay.
If it's still in Narnia, the problem is we go to hell, right?
Yeah, we're so
Are you
deep
searching
now.
for traps as you go?
Probably not, to be honest.
No.
Okay. You start heading down the stairs.
Shall I give us some light, or are we going to stay in?
No.
I mean, I
safer?
think the idea of there being what's the word, traps and seeing them and seeing like holes or mechanical flaws or places,
I see why not.
that's probably more dangerous than whoever might spot us, because also we are underwater, so weird lights do come up. So
To summarise, yeah.
Okay. I cast dancing lights.
that's actually very
cool.
useful when you do that. Yes.
So, casting dancing lights. Can everyone please give me a perception check?
28.
22.
23.
22.
Okay. 28. There is a tripwire across the stairs. You haven't set it off. You can see, like, you would have set it off. In the dark, it would have been almost invisible. In fact, it looks like it might have been deliberately made to be invisible to dark vision specifically. There are ways of doing that. Additionally, you see that there is a chalk marking to the right-hand side of the stairwell, which has a big white cross through it. Like someone has gotten a piece of chalk and gone and put an X.
Do we think this means it's flooded?
It's possible. I mean,
If I'm using
that previous corpse looked like it was part of an adventuring.
If I'm
party.
using my adventure brain, they're using this as a dungeon, and that means, oh, we've done this room and we've already been in there and there's nothing
Presumably
obvious.
a previous group of mercenaries came and tried to explore.
I don't know,
then
Sherwin
why-
been sitting in an evil lair for the last 3 years, just waiting for somebody to do his devious. I hate this guy. I hate this. I hate all of this. This is rubbish. Honestly.
I feel like you've got some very strong feelings towards the person that set all this up for us to have to go through. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's
Zolf?
just really aggravating. Honestly, it's just so pointless. I don't want to be just.
So, I mean, if anything, it seems like you're being psychologically tortured. I don't know if you've done anything
No, it's
to
just
deserve that.
Honestly, no, it's just the arrogance. It's just the arrogance of somebody like this, setting all this stuff up in ways that like defy what modern science can do and the amount of things they could do to help, but they waste it on some silly adventuring game. Honestly, I'm gonna really enjoy beating this person's face in.
So I don't think probably the cross is from a previous adventuring party, but we don't know what it means, and
It's almost certainly going to mean we've gone down here and it's
Yes.
done, so we can keep track. So let's not go down the stairs. Let's go on the other place, because if they've not found anything useful, then we're not going to find anything useful.
okay.
Or it could be
Alright.
saying, don't go down there because it's dangerous. In which case, we should go down there because dangerous things are the most interesting things. In fact, I sometimes wonder why people have 2 words
All
for
right.
that.
Tell you what, let's do an experiment. We'll go down there. If it's been ransacked, it means we've looked in here. If it's not ransacked, it means it's dangerous.
An experiment, yes!
That's a good idea. Try and work out what this. Yeah.
I just want to waste as little time here as possible, so let's try and be efficient about this.
And obviously, just avoid the tripwire and remember it when we're coming back, even if we're fleeing at the time.
All right.
Okay.
Down we go!
Well, actually, hang on a minute. Sel, this tripwire, what do you reckon it's going to do?
Knowledge engineering!
Disable device for this
Oh,
one.
well, I got
Use
a
the same
natural
roll.
1.
You have not a clue. But in fairness, this one isn't your fault. It's a tripwire that leads into the wall that is a sealed unit. Makes the entire place explode, gives
I
you
don't
a
know.
banana.
I love that! Yeah, like, I don't know. If it did give you a banana, because Cell repeats this, then it would probably be rotted by now. Or it could have grown into a new banana.
Right,
Depends.
well, quite honestly, I'm not a great fan of anything going wrong, us running through here in a panic, someone hitting it and getting hit by it. Now, I've got a glaive which has a big reach, and basically, stand back, I'm going to do it.
We stand way back.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Chop.
Okay, cool. You hear the sound of a mechanism happening, like a and then seemingly nothing happens.
I don't know if I
that was
like
almost
this.
worse than anything actually happened. I preferred it if a bolt tried to shoot me, honestly. Anyway, that either means it's broken, or we've got a certain number of these things before something happens, or maybe a little flag's gone off in Showin's office to be like, ho-ho, they've triggered my trap, so they're silly. I don't know. Have I mentioned I hate this?
Yes.
I'm gonna go downstairs
Yeah,
now.
let's go downstairs.
We proceed, I think.
Okay, so you start heading down the stairs. They are short. They are only about 20 feet long. You can tell without heading into it that at the bottom is a large room, a large circular room. You can just tell even from a distance the way that the doorway's built for it. It is a large circular room with a pitched floor. However, you can see that the floor is completely pitched wrong for the room. It is pitched like at a really steep angle, so that if you were to enter from the bottom of these stairs, you would basically fall like 20 feet. It's like the whole room's been built on a pivot and it's pivoted wrong. Does anyone go to the active doorway?
No, I look through the active door and go, it's a puzzle room. Ah!
What do you mean?
Serious question. Do you actually look like through the doorway, or are you just stood at the bottom? Like, do you look like down and around and so
look
on?
in the way that got the description you gave us.
Okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine. You just at the bottom, then looking at a room.
It's just a puzzle room. It's another game.
Yes, it is. Like clearly.
We'll go in and it'll pivot. And we'll be like, whoa, don't fall in the traps.
Shall we go back up the stairs?
I think they've been in here, done the whole puzzle rubbish, and then
I send the dancing lights into the room and around the room.
Okay, so into the room, things that you see. There are at least 2 other doors in this room, which are partially obscured by the raised floor and so on. You can also see that the flooring doesn't actually go to the edges of the room. It looks like if it was completely flat it would, but the bit underneath where the floor would pivot is a little bit wider. And you can see that it has spikes. Do you look vertically down from the doorway?
He's really trying to make us do that.
You don't have... No, genuinely, you don't have to. There are aspects of this room where I have to know how you're looking.
Yeah, I probably do.
There is someone impaled, like dead, long dead, impaled on the spikes. It looks like they entered a puzzle room, set it off,
they got puzzled.
and one of them at least got puzzled and is impaled on spikes, like directly underneath this door.
Yeah.
Like at a guess, they may have been like that close to getting out, and then
What class? We saw the fighter.
Ooh.
Did we?
Ooh.
Did
Or
we?
the barbarian.
Enough
Two-handed
of-
swords.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
I mean, how genre savvy are we?
Zolf, it seems,
Is one of them in a
very.
Is one of them in a pointy hat?
Let's just say robes are on display.
Oh, is there a book nearby?
Yes.
A wizard! It was a wizard!
A wizard didn't do it.
Hey.
You're in a dungeon that will reward genre savviness.
Let's not go into it.
This looks like something, a warning to be careful. I mean, this doesn't look very structurally sound, does it? Let's keep going.
Right, and be careful for trick floors and things. But yeah, it looks like X's mean we've been in this room and it's a done room or a bad room or a, I mean, it did mean danger,
Yeah.
but not the kind of danger we were thinking. Just
It's not a very interesting form of danger.
stupid
No.
danger.
Yeah.
Arrogant danger.
Stupid danger does exist.
What's that? It's right there, pointing at the floor.
What a silly
Stupid.
place.
Not at the person.
'Tis a silly
Not
place.
being that cruel.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Let's not go there.
So what people do?
I think we'd
Can
take
we go back up the stairs?
and do the other
We're fed
door.
up.
Do the other thing.
So did you do the door at the top of the stairs or go back in another room?
We go back to the stairs and continue the road we
Yeah.
didn't take.
Yeah, so we're taking the top
Yeah.
route of this new sphere.
The other door appears to be sort of sealed, and at a guess, I'm giving you this for free because let's just say you use the proprietary thing to just start doing it. The second that you do, a small amount of water starts coming out.
Oh, no, don't do that. Oh,
Back we go.
right, not that way.
Tighten it back up.
Yes.
Right, guess there's only still 2 ways to go. Let's do acid room.
Yeah.
Wait, has anybody got some chalk so we can put, like, I don't know, chalky wavy lines? Do you actually have chalk, Azu?
I think I do. I have a paladin's kit.
You stunner, you probably do then.
Yeah. I also have manacles in case that's of interest. I've got incense.
Oh my.
Manacles and incense. That's quite a good sounding night.
and rope. But yeah, I've got chalk.
Paladins have a very specific
So
kit.
with Azu's very
She's a-
special pink chalk,
She's a paladin.
we don't just draw an X. We write water behind this door.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to be so specific.
And then Cell takes it and writes it again in Japanese.
Good shout.
Aww.
Cool. I probably write it in French as the lingua franca.
This is going to start wasting a lot of time as you Rosetta Stone every single door. Okay, so you head back and you're heading through the alternate door in the acid room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you start to do so. There's a brief moment, it's similar where it's like water starts coming out, you're like, oh, it's a write-off, and then the water stops.
Okay, so it's like a bloosh.
However, the way it's coming out, this is probably a flooded room. It's just probably not a, like, literally completely underwater room.
Flooded,
It's a
not
splashy room.
flooding.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Splash room.
Right. Well, what
Here we go.
do we
what's
see
in the
inside?
room?
Yeah.
Oh, you head in? Okay, cool.
What we look in?
So you have to force this door a little bit, and you're struggling because, if nothing else, the water's trying to flow out and you're trying to open the door into the water. It will take, I'm not going to get a strength check because we're not under time pressure here, but it will take people coordinating and working together to shove it open.
I was about to suggest some jolly cooperation.
Okay, cool. I can skip the strength check then too. It does take basically all of you to varying degrees. The second that it opens a certain amount, the water starts to flow out. I'm also going to assume that you let the water flow out to see if it stops.
Yeah.
It takes about 5 minutes of... It's not like knocking you
So I'm
over or
assuming it's
anything.
hella loud.
It's very loud.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, the water level has clearly dropped the half a foot or so that it's now like an enterable room.
What has it done to the other room? Because it had like a grate above some stagnant water.
The stagnant water has risen to basically the grate.
Sure.
So
but it's
it
still
has,
navigable.
It is completely navigable, but it's a situation now where the water level is effectively level with the walkway instead of a little drop.
So let's not do it anymore.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. In that room, it is completely flooded up to the door level, like we said. Looking down, you can see what appears to be maybe some kind of lab or something similar, but it is both completely flooded up to this door, which is a walkway entrance, and it is a little sunken into the seabed, and just trashed. It's completely overgrown. You can see some plants have somehow managed to work their way in from the outside in. In fact, who has knowledge nature? Again, give me the roll, sorry, it's knowledge heavy.
31.
Okay, everyone notices one thing for free, which is the far wall is mostly overgrown with coral. It is like bottom to
An
top.
annihilation.
However, Cell, you know two things. One, coral will take a lot longer than that to have grown. Like a lot longer than that to have grown. However, you also know there are ways to accelerate that growth alchemically, so it's more likely that something's leaked than that time has gone wrong and it's the year 15 million or whatever.
Or it's a feature wall.
Or it's a feature wall, yeah.
We are in a laboratory, so yeah.
But yeah, a trashed lab.
Are we, or are we just in the crystal maze?
If we were in the Crystal Maze, we'd have Richard O'Brien. It'd be a lot more fun.
No, it would be Edward Tudor Pole.
Or Richard Ayoade.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Introduce Richard Ayoade, please, Alex. That's a request.
Okay, cool. The speakers burst into life above you. No, they really do.
What?
Incredible. And showing sounds like Richard Ayoade.
Hello,
everybody. So very awkward.
We can't now. You have to cut that and us suggesting it and just do it.
I mean, I'm going to. That was basically the voice I was going for.
Okay.
So
Don't
it's
cut
all
it.
good.
We have premonition. We are all so genre savvy.
Show-in is clearly an irritating nerd. Who would have guessed?
And what comes in is...
lovely.
How on earth did you make it this far?
Oh, he's more irritating than Richard Ayoade.
And I'll take a break there. So the voice, yes, it echoes out via the speakers.
In what language?
Japanese.
I think you're the only one who speaks that.
Yeah.
How on earth did you make it this far? Wait, okay, which one? Hello? Ha-ha! I see you made it this far. Shut up. Yeah, shut up.
It's
And then the speakers
showing.
die.
Cell says.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that was
Knows we're here, then.
definitely Yoshida. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
we
Good. He knows we're coming.
And how did you find the puzzle? Was it good?
Is that a different voice?
No.
Okay.
It was just bad acting then.
No, just because it sounded like you were having an argument, so I don't know if
Yeah.
to...
No, it's one person. How did you find the puzzle? Was it exceptional? I bet it was. Oh, I bet you love... Shut up.
Most of us can't understand you.
Shut up. Speaker's gone dead.
I don't.
What's he talking about?
He was just saying, did you enjoy the puzzle?
No.
And well done. And that half-elf amongst you is devastatingly attractive and brilliant. And really, everyone should
Now,
listen to them more.
I'm no expert, but I don't think is what was said.
No, he's just being strange.
Right. Okay, well, let's do it quickly before he unstranges himself to being harmful to us, I suppose.
I'm going to shake him.
Good. Shake him into my fist.
Back through the tilt room or through the
Does the lab
entrance?
have other...
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so there is an entrance exactly opposite, and there is one on the right-hand side of the room. You would have to swim to both of them. There is no walkway between them, and they appear to be slightly lower than the door you've come in.
When you say swim, do you mean like actually swim, or is it wading for some...
You're about 20 feet up in this room, which is completely filled.
Okay, fine.
The door to the right-hand side, it is roughly halfway up the door. The room on the far side, it is to the very top level of the door. So you would have to swim to either, and both of them
opening
you would
either of
need
those
to
doors is a bad idea. We should go back.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to muck around with water.
Maybe we should
Just
go
do the right-hand side.
Or go straight right back to where we found the guy with the bolt through his head.
Yeah, I mean, where is he getting his supplies from? Because, like, if this is all filled up with water, it doesn't look like the elevator's been used at all. Like, he's getting his supplies from somewhere, otherwise he would have died, unless he's in some sort of survival bunker with food for a decade and nothing else, and then he's gone mad because he's on his own and he's now doing puzzles for adventurers or something.
That does
Very
sound
possible.
very possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
maybe
you
that's
know, there might be an exit that we haven't seen. Like, on
But
the
then
other
how is he
side.
still causing an active problem? He should
Well, we
just be
still-
holed up here and
we
being
think there's
annoying.
a tunnel to the mainland somewhere as well, remember?
So, on the other side.
Oh, are you saying we could have just not bothered with all of this and just gone through the tunnel to the mainland?
Well,
We didn't know.
You discussed that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
We
you
discussed it. We
discussed
didn't know where the entrance was.
No, I
and
know.
we thought it would be too
couldn't have known,
obvious.
but if that had been the case, it's just...
Have you considered other careers than adventuring? It seems that you're not really enjoying it.
Right, okay, so this isn't really a career, this is more of a thing that I have to do because the world has ended.
Skraak kind of waddles over and tugs on Sel's coat,
Hello, buddy.
points at Zolf, and then just does a sad face.
I know, buddy. I know.
This isn't something I enjoy, but it's something that's necessary so we can build a better world after this. But remind you, Europe, North Africa, and Eastern Asia have just fallen over.
Well,
So, yeah, that's why I'm doing it.
try and be cheery about it?
I don't think he needs to
Come
be
on.
cheerful about it.
Okay. Just gonna go over here and save the world while we're cheery again, I guess.
Ben, I want you to know, I'm happy for you to continue the mechanical advantages of being grief-stricken because you're putting your legwork in on the RP side. You've managed to dodge a conversation about class abilities for another few sessions.
Yeah, I may have changed what I care about. That doesn't mean that I'm just happy.
That's all I wanted to know.
I'll just sort out.
So, are we doubling back all the way to Balti?
Yeah. Balti, yeah.
Okay, so you head all the way back to Balti without any incidents. It goes quite easily. Assuming you check the door for traps, whoever's checking, do the roll.
Bryn seems
27.
27. There is a trigger. It is broken.
I say that.
Right, let's open the door then.
Opening door. Door opens easily. It has not rusted. It is actually in fairly good condition. You couldn't have known from the other side, but yeah, it's good. It's fine.
Right, good start.
I'm just wondering if maybe one of these vials was filled with like grumpy powder, and that's actually there, and because that, you know, it affects the party, you know. And I'm just saying that like we could just be in the moment, because you never know what's going to happen next. Weird stuff happens all the time.
Not all of us can have your sunny disposition.
It took a while to get there.
All right, well,
Not all of us are there.
maybe some of us are on that journey, okay? So that I'm not going to escalate any of this, but come on. Seriously. Come on.
Just let's get the job done, all right.
Okay. So you open the door and head inside? Yeah?
Yeah.
So in this one, you encounter what appears to be the end of a mechanical conveyor belt. So there is what appears to be a non-active conveyor belt that leads out of this room and towards the more centre of the complex. It is not active. In terms of this room, there is also another door sort of on the very, very far side, as in like directly opposite to the door that you came in. But in terms of exits, there's the conveyor belt leaves this room and there's the door. There are a lot of boxes which are intact. This room hasn't been leaked. It's actually in better maintenance than the rest. A lot of crates around the outside, and what appears to be a pile of broken glass is in one corner, but it appears to have been swept there. Like it appears to actually be like actively put there rather than just randomly scattered.
Look through the boxes and the crates quickly.
Yeah, let's open a few, yeah.
While they're having that, I'm going to try and quickly grab Sel.
Sure.
But, look, I'm going to stop, but I want to have a conversation about this afterwards. I don't want this to affect us for now, but, you know... I'll try and keep a lid on it, okay? But...
Just sometimes you got to do hard things.
I know. We can deal with this after we've done this, okay? But for now, fine. I'll keep a lid on it, all right? Good. Let's get on.
Would you like a potion?
No, I don't want a potion.
That's a fun one.
I want to stay focused, but I might take you up on that afterwards.
This one's called Zoprak. It'll cheer you right up.
I mean, one of them is water breathing.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not telling anyone else I've got that because I've only got one.
The crates are full of what seem to be potions. One of them you recognise immediately as, you know, those syringe spears that were kicking around with a potion?
Oh, yeah.
One of them is just chock full of them. Mm-hmm. Another one, also chock full of them. They're actually kind of the predominant ones. There is another one which has a sort of marker on the top in Japanese, and another one beside it in Japanese. The best way I can describe it is one of them just says the words mega potion in quotation marks.
Yeah, we've got mega potion and we've got runaway.
And then, yeah, there's another one which is runaway, yeah.
Well,
what I would say is that these are supplies for this, you know, the staff here. Take everything you want, and I'm going to break it all.
Oh, that's a great idea, actually, yeah.
I would like to acquire some more mega potions.
I would like...
I'm not going to tell you what they do, but you just add, realistically, as many as you want to you. As
We
long
have
as
whole
it is
bags of holding,
as
it's
long
just
as it is a sensible amount, even if you not put 17,000,
Okay.
you're fine.
I'm putting in 10.
20 of each.
I'm absolutely fine with that.
I'm going to put
10 of those.
20 mega juice because getting big is something that I like to do.
You've now explored the room. You've now helped yourself to an enormous amount of potions.
These are non-magical containers, right?
The crates, yeah, they're just crates.
And like the syringes and all this kind of stuff.
It's all glass.
The glaive is magical, and I cut through all the needles on the injectors, and...
There are no injectors. This is just vials.
Oh, they're just storage of
just
the...
vials.
Okay,
Just
I
vials.
just kind of... I don't set it on fire because that would be dumb, but I just like...
You can.
The plates just go...
You can stick your glaive in, wiggle it around
Yeah, I
the
just
load.
break everything. I just break everything.
It's easy.
Smash it all up.
You
Once
smash it
Azzy
up.
sees Zolf doing that, she is also going to start smashing things and just
Yeah.
go to town.
If we come across... if we come across any supplies that we have not yet nabbed a load of, nab those as well.
Once you've done that, sort of, next time, before you do that, just
Right.
could you check with me that the stuff won't go airborne? when you smash up a vial, because like if this was some of my other potions, we would be having fun right now.
Fair enough. Also, if you come across anything that could be transmitted in an airborne way, tell us off the bat.
Yeah.
We'll both be, we'll both be.
The speaker sparked to life.
Right, okay, so we are going to skip
shut
pages
up.
3 because we are way ahead of schedule.
Should we
okay,
just go
right.
on? Let's not listen
So,
to
We still can't
as
understand
it
what he's
stands,
saying.
The first thing that you will find is a way through the mire, but only if you do not find yourself upon a tire.
So, is he
And then
saying
it cuts
anything
out.
useful?
No.
From now on, should we just ignore what he's saying until if you overhear him say anything important, let us know. But he's background noise.
Yeah, he said something about the mire. I don't know, maybe something's gonna be wet.
Right.
We are
A
on
mire.
the seabed.
Is he telling us riddles?
Yeah, which
Is
is
he
why
trying to run some sort of game?
I really don't think.
Can you
that
imagine
listening-
that? Someone trying to run a game.
Yeah, is he trying to be the master of this dungeon? Honestly, what kind of idiot would spend all of their time doing that? Ugh. Right, anyway, let's open this door. Check for traps.
Sel brings out like a little map that they've drawn and it completely is incorrect. Like, I mean, I've been trying to keep up, but it's
22 to look for traps.
22 to look for traps. There is a trap.
You, Alex.
There's a trap.
You just.
There's a trap. There's a
Not
trap there.
that is not a spit. That is a generalised.
I
you.
point out the trap.
Okay.
Right.
Do you want to disable it?
disable it?
I mean, yeah.
Disable it?
Yeah.
I'll-
Yeah.
That was a 16.
So that's 31.
Yeah, you're able to disable the track. It's not a nice one. With that roll, you are not able to harvest from it, which, by the way, is unusual. That means it's a very good trap.
Yeah.
It appears to be some kind of very, very well-maintained poison distribution thing, which basically would have sprayed on you as you open the door.
Okay, folks, just to like this, this was up to date, and this is deadly stuff. Like, I'm not going to keep this. Doesn't let them know that.
In fact, you know what? I
I
will allow you. Give me a knowledge alchemy to at least determine what was in it, but you're not going to be able to harvest it.
What was that?
You rolled a 5.
I just to let the listeners know, I can read numbers. I just keep rolling them too far. My maths skills have not degenerated that much.
But your strength is through the roof.
Well, to be fair, actually,
And my eyesight's gotten
Yeah.
just very slightly worse.
22.
22.
Yeah.
You aren't able to determine what poison it is.
I don't know what this is, so it's probably
because
very bad.
But you also know the fact that you don't know what it is means it's really obscure. That normally means awful.
Like, so this is bad, but then that's not too surprising because Showen was always like he.
I mean, this being a good trap at least means we're probably heading in the right direction.
Well, it means we're in the
finally.
danger zone,
Yeah.
right? So it's good.
He
me and Helen both just started humming the danger zone
My
to
plan
ourselves.
worked.
I mean, just so, like, I know that he's being an idiot and he's annoying you. I can see there's some stuff here, but he was good at what he did.
Sure, so
Like,
we should be
the
careful
The
from now
stuff,
on.
yeah, the
All right.
stuff may be dangerous. Yeah,
Okay, I'm not going
Okay.
to take him seriously, but I am going to take what he built seriously.
that's probably a good idea. Yeah.
All right,
Okay, let's open this door then.
let's go.
All right.
Okay. So you start to open the door, and then you open the door, and the second trap goes off.
Who's opening the door?
So in general, I've been suggesting that Azu opens the doors because they're all these strong wheels and they might need a bit of muscle behind them.
I am perfectly fine to retcon whoever's in front of the door. It really doesn't bother me. I'm happy to say, like, at the risk of slight spoilers, this isn't going to kill anyone, so whoever's at front doesn't matter on this one.
I'm happy to have been opening them because that makes the most sense.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Got the highest AC.
I look for traps, Sel gets rid of traps, Azu opens door.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Standard
We're working
operating
as a team.
procedure. Yeah.
And I complain.
a team.
I lampshade.
Okay, so who was opening the door one more time?
Me.
Okay, cool. So you open the door. You are the first person to see. It is a large room full of mannequins who are all in dance positions.
Wow, Helen's face.
As the door
You've been going through my nightmares.
as the door opens,
He keeps a fire.
they begin to jerkily dance with one another really badly. A few of them are broken and just grinding. It's not really working.
So twerking.
And then a very, very thick
It wasn't
gas
anti-twerk. You just should have seen
begins
what
to
Alex
pour
was doing.
from the ceiling in 4 vents and begins to fall down into the room. You can all tell immediately it is heavier than air and it is behaving quite strangely for a gas in that it's kind of almost plopping. It is a gas, but it seems very heavy in some way, and the dancers continue to jerk.
Let's back out, back out, back out.
Yep.
And just start dancing around.
I close the door again.
Sort of nightmare room over there.
All right.
Follow the conveyor belt?
I don't want to find out what that gas was or what those dolls are.
The conveyor belt's probably how he gets his food, so it probably goes straight to him.
All right, let's go in the conveyor belt. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with a puzzle. I'm not playing this game.
Okay. In which case, then, who is in the lead?
How big is the opening to this conveyor belt?
It is large enough for the crates to move through, so it's large enough for all of you. A medium creature can comfortably crawl through it. But it is a crawl, not a walk upright.
I mean, is Azo going to go for it?
Yeah.
Cool. Then that gives you your answer.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
That's a 12.
Okay, cool. So, you start crawling down. It's genuinely not as claustrophobic as it could be. Like, it's...
Oh, yay!
You can't stand up, but it's quite spacey. Do you know what I mean? It's not. You are not mechanically squeezed.
Okay.
So
good.
that's a thing. However, as you're crawling through, you do hear the as you have clearly set something off. What's your AC? Bearing in mind you will be taking penalties at
The
the factory.
heaviest of size, 18.
It really helps when people. Well, I say people when things miss a lot. It makes life much quicker and easier. Give me 1
So
second.
we've got to the stage now where Alex doesn't want to actually engage with the system anymore.
Well, the issue is, certain things take bloody ages.
So basically, you want to design the narrative. When the narrative goes off, you're like, oh, I've got to look for rules now.
A little bit, yeah. I need a D4. Here we go.
Well, why bother now, Alex? Maybe we should just have no traps or traps that just kill us.
I mean, ideally.
Yeah, just exclusively roll or die
If
traps
people
from now
wouldn't
on.
complain, I would be well up for that. You are crawling through, and then something straight into the side of your armour, hard, and manages to get through.
Oof.
And it immediately begins to burn where it has made contact. You manage to pluck it out. However, you take 8 acid damage, and can everyone please roll me initiative?
Oh no. Fighting acid, okay.
16.
22.
18.
10.
Skraak is on
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot about
a nat
Skraak.
20, because Skraak's awesome!
Skraak is here.
Yeah, he can't do much, can he?
Skraak is here.
So the initiative order is Shazk. So Skraak reacts first. Skraak! And does nothing.
Aw.
Hamid, you're up. You have heard a yell from Azu.
Are you okay, Azu?
No. Acid.
What do you do?
I get out of the way so someone who can help can get to her.
That's fine. Azu, you are up. You are currently on all fours, have been hit by something, and are currently still actively burning from whatever has hit you and facing away from the party and will need to back up if you want to back out the way you came in.
Can I turn around and look at the thing that hit me?
Yes, there is enough space to do that. You appear to have been hit by some kind of strange-looking arrow.
I pull the arrow out.
Cool. So you yank the arrow out. It appears to be some kind of syringe-based arrow. You still have a move action. I'm going to say that pulling an arrow out in such a way that it doesn't immediately tear you open is going to take an action.
Yeah.
It is still pumping out a little bit of this acid, which is still burning you.
Ugh. You said I have a move action left?
Yes.
How far along the conveyor, the tunnel thing? Can I see light at the end? Is
You are 15 feet in, and it's still dark up front, but you could easily back out backwards.
Oh, we're fighting in a tunnel. Well, the thing is, everyone's behind me, so I can't back up unless I just shove my bum into all their faces.
I literally spent my turn moving out of the way, so...
Oh, okay, yeah, I do that.
You start backing up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Should we with half move speed if we're crawling?
Yes, so you're basically at the entrance, but you're not out of the tunnel yet.
That's okay.
In which case, then, Azu has backed up. Zolf?
Drag Azu the rest of the way out the tunnel.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
Thank you.
I need to do a quick
Appreciate
roll.
that.
You're welcome.
In which case, then, you managed to, yank Azu out the tunnel. You were the first one, weren't you?
Yeah.
As you are yanking, your flailing arm manages to catch a second tripwire that you managed to crawl past the first time.
That is uncalled for.
A grate slams down, now separating Skraak and Hamid from Azu and everyone else.
This is the worst thing in the world.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Sell. What are you doing? Azu, you are still in active pain. It hasn't lessened since removing the bolt. It's not your turn, just making you aware.
Okay.
Do you look like dithery?
Yeah.
Get him out with acid. Burn the grate or something.
I don't... What?
Hit it with a fire axe then.
Stop.
Clang, 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 clang. That's fine. It hurts your hands non-mechanically.
No. Yeah.
In which case then, Azu,
This is going to burn a hole in me.
you take 7 further acid damage as it continues to burn you. At which point, Skraak immediately looks at the vent grate, looks to Hamid, and then just goes, "What now?"
Whose initiative action is it?
Technically Skraak's. Now it's Hamid's.
I start casting Acid Splash at the grate
Okay, cool.
over the vent, angling it away so no acid splatters
Yep,
through.
you start spraying at the
Yeah.
grate, that's fine. In which case, I am going to move on to Azu. You are still burning.
I'm going to take my thingy off and look
Okay?
and hope maybe... And
to properly take it off does take like 5 minutes or so because it's strapped and bolted
Can you
and
just
so
heal
on.
yourself?
I think I need to get the acid off.
Can
So
Zolf
there's
still
a
create
hole.
water?
Yes. Can you create water inside?
Pressure wash.
Don't
Yes.
I don't think that's how you deal with acid. I think that makes it worse depending on the type of acid. But if it's hydrochloric acid, then that makes it much worse. So no, what I am going to do is wait for my initiative.
What are you doing, Azu?
I mechanically cannot do anything until...
The man is not wrong.
Taking armour off is 1 round per bonus of the armour.
Yes.
Putting it on is 1 minute per bonus
Oh
of the
no,
armour.
you're fair. That's a fair point actually. So how much? What?
It's like a +5 armour
You
thing.
have full plate, right?
Agile half plate.
Agile half plate is +8 with a +1 for the magic.
Yeah.
So
There
it's
you go.
8 rounds it'll take you to take it off.
Wow.
Yep.
Yes, that makes the most sense. I'm going to do a little panic.
And then start taking armor off.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
A little panic.
Zolf, you're up.
I'm going to do a heal check on Azu.
Yep, that's fine.
19.
Azu has been hit by a potent acid. You were right to probably not pour water on it. That probably will make it worse. Certainly, from what you know of Yoshida, that's exactly his kind of sense of humour. The best thing that you can realistically do at this point is if you have a way of neutralising it, like if there was one in the boxes possibly, but you've already checked those, or get the armour off and literally scrape it off will be the best. You also know that this kind of thing wouldn't last forever. It can't. It could burn itself out, but it depends how extreme he's gone in terms of acids.
Cool. Is it still okay if I assist with taking the armour off?
That speeds it up.
It will.
I don't remember how
it
much.
will
I'm afraid.
kick in from the next time that Azu starts taking armor off. She will be doing so quicker. Yes, that's
Yeah.
fine. In which case, then Sel, you're up.
What does a potion called antidote do?
You do not know.
I got this antidote thing, but I don't know what it does. It might make things better.
It might make things worse.
It might. That's true. I hadn't thought of that.
Look, is
6
acid-
seconds. We're keeping these talk short. What are you doing, Sel?
Then just not
Okay, cool.
getting out of the way.
Skraak continues to hold his action, staring at Hamid, going,
We'll be
Hamid.
fine, Skraak. I cast Acid Splash again.
"Okay, that's fine." Azu, do you continue to take your armor off?
Yeah, I think that's my best course of action.
You're doing so at double speed because you're being helped. 6-5. That's fine. I have to roll the damage. You only take 5 acid damage this turn.
Hey. So bitter every time I get hurt.
Zolf, you are assisting. Sel, what are you up to?
Just looking around and checking no gas is coming through from the other thing.
You said you closed the door, there is no gas coming
Not
through.
helpful in this scenario.
That's
so
fine.
just like cheering them on. Yeah.
I loop back round. Skraak does nothing. Hamid continues. Azu continues to take her armor off. Take a further 4 acid damage. A last one of, unless anyone does anything magically wonderful in the meantime, 7 acid damage. At which point you manage to drop your agile half plate to the floor. I'm going to drop out of initiative at this point. I only have to do it to damage track. I'm assuming that you proceed to do the thing that you already heal checked for.
Take a cloth, ram it in there, pull it out again. It hurts.
Rinse. Well, no.
Do not.
Just repeat. Don't rinse.
Yeah. Do field triage.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant, but I guess it is.
It immediately, just having the cloth there taken away and like maybe using a fresh bit of cloth, immediately deals with the problem. Instantly stops hurting, but there was no way you would have been able to do it whilst wearing your armour. Never in a million years.
Okay. As it looks very sad that there's a hole in her armour.
Isn't it magic?
Yeah, it'll start repairing itself.
Oh, really? Is that what it can do?
It'll slowly grow back together.
It is already doing so and well on the way to being healed again.
In which case, she is not sad.
Magic armor's the best.
Right.
It
How
also
you doing?
resizes.
Fine, I'm just gonna... I'll drink a potion just in case.
Yeah.
Let's see how I do.
Oh no!
Oh, wow, Helen.
Garbage roll. 1-1-2.
That is
Almost
wow.
the minimum. 9. Way.
All right.
Do you heal up again?
Yeah.
I just need to know.
There you go.
Slightly better. 15. Yeah, 20.
Okay, there you go. You're in a better position.
Way better. 68. Fantastic.
I'm still aciding away the grates that dropped over the conveyor belt.
You are becoming aware of the fact it is having no effect on the grate whatsoever.
I'm going to go up to the grate with a fire axe. The grate is like shot down, right?
So the best way to describe it is it's kind of like a teeny tiny portcullis.
Sure.
It has shunted down.
Can we lift it
and
up?
has filled the conveyor space. It is wide enough to fit a hand through, but it is not wide enough to fit anything more than, say, like a forearm through.
Should we try lifting it?
Oh, that's a good
Yes.
point, actually. Yeah, let's give that a go.
Yeah, my acid doesn't seem to be affecting it. I wonder if it's made of a,
Adamantine. Everything's made of adamantine at the moment.
well, stronger metal than normal anyway.
Lift it with
Yeah, I
the
think we
strength
are.
with a bicep.
Okay, I can. It is wide enough for 2 people to try on one side, so it could be Hamid and Azu and Sel or Zolf, but
I think it's probably Zolf.
okay. In which case, then
Where it raises the scrawny arm.
Okay, come on, Skraak.
You go!
We're gonna help.
You go,
now,
folks!
as a reminder,
Cheering you
this
on.
is Pathfinder, not 5e, meaning that we are rolling and getting a minor bonus. We're not.
Who is
getting
primary
advantage.
actor? I would say Azu is the primary actor.
You are objectively correct.
Well,
I'm
mechanically
the
it could
primary
be-
actor on the other side.
You are correct.
Also, actually, mechanically, it could be me as well because although her, strength stat is technically higher, we still have the same bonus. So for the sake of rolls, like realistically, pragmatically, we are the
So
same.
Azu's stronger than
It's
Zolf
still
is what I just
higher.
heard.
I'm also wearing a belt. I don't have big ripply muscles.
Skraak fails to aid.
I fail to aid.
Oh, am I rolling just a strength check?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I think what
Hamid rolls 12.
Skraak doesn't hinder. I think what Skraak mostly does is has misunderstood what is happening and is pulling on Hamid whilst Hamid is lifting the grate.
11.
17.
17. This thing doesn't even move.
Oh, no.
Like, I mean, it doesn't even like give a groan. Like nothing.
Could you wedge your glaive in and like lever it maybe, rather than just pure muscle power?
Just give me a run up. Wielding my glaive like a baseball bat, I am going to charge the.
Me and Skraak back off a bit.
Glaive being a reach weapon, and you're in a tunnel that's wide enough for.
Nope, I'm in a room. Yeah, it's going to be on fire. It is a magical weapon. I take a charge and baseball whack it.
Okay.
So I take an attack and see if it dents it.
In which case, roll damage.
Oh no, I didn't expect him to say that. How much damage do I do? There's a 14.
14. It doesn't do anywhere near as much damage as it should, but it does seem to have a very small effect on one bar. I mean, if you were going to do this, the two things are going to happen. You're going to get exhausted, but you might. It's not physically impossible, but barely.
Ugh, we might get through this eventually. This is going to take ages. All right, I'll try levering it. Azu, if you jump on here as well, it's long enough for a lever.
I think you'll find the dance is quite exceptional. How do you move? How do you dance when you can't see what you're doing?
Still can't understand you.
Shut up!
Actually, this is quite relevant. So he's saying if you can't see what you're doing, so the gas may only be just like a blinding thing,
Right.
You know? In which case we could probably do it if it's not like a go mad or a poison.
Great.
Like that could be. I mean, I could test it on myself.
Let's do that once we get Hamid out.
Sure, but it also if you can't get him out, we might need to meet at the other
Maybe,
side.
but let's try.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, lever check on for both of us.
Okay, give me another strength check from everyone, please.
I'll aid.
Ah!
Oh, dear.
You can't
Skraak
help
fails
us.
to aid.
You
No,
can't.
no.
No, he's the primary
No,
actor on. Oh, the lever
No,
check.
also you can't aid. You have no perch on the
He can
blade.
try and
I'm
pull.
not
He
labouring.
can try and.
I'm just trying to push it up from my own side
Oh, right.
and
What did you roll?
accomplishing literally nothing. I rolled a natural 1.
Excellent. Skraak failed to aid.
Cool.
I only got a 12.
I got a 22. I had a +2 to your roll. Nothing happens.
I'm going to give you an insight as well, which is you are getting the impression that like things have deadbolted it in and things like that as well. This isn't a thing where it's like, oh, if only we were strong enough. Like maybe if you had an industrial like strength
sure.
hammer or a jack.
Hamid, mate,
Yeah?
you're on your own. Sorry.
I've got Skraak.
Skraak!
I wink at you.
Skraak blinks at you.
Chin up. Don't die in the conveyor belt.
Yep, gonna try.
Cool. Anything we can give you?
I'm pretty well equipped, I think.
All right. Well, we'll see you on the other side then.
Yeah, we'll meet you there, alright? We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Alright.
And with the party successfully
Stay
split,
safe.
Yeah,
You too.
I can end the episode there.
Oh.
Good. Goat.
I don't like it.
I do, because it's the squishy ones that are on their own.
No!
Hey,
Hamid
I
goes
shouldn't
in-
have left them! No, it's happening again!
Bye, guys.
Hamid goes into a tunnel and doesn't come out.
And it's Azu's fault. Rusty Quill Gaming is a podcast distributed by Rusty Quill and licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 international license. Today's episode was directed by Alexander J. Newall and produced by April Sumner. To subscribe, buy merchandise or join our Patreon, visit rustyquill.com. Rate and review us online, tweet us at The Rusty Quill, visit us on Facebook or email us via mail@rustyquill.com. Join our community on the Discord via the website or on Reddit at r/rustyquill. Thanks for listening.
So close to the mic.
Dunno.
Oh, okay.
Just hanging about here.
Are we going to do some more ASMR?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ben Meredith. You know, the actor. Callbacks.
It's deliberately built so that maps will just start to fail you.
Alex, why?
Alex, did Michael design this
It's not
dungeon?
Alex. This is all showing. It's definitely all showing with none of me in it.
Look at his face. Look how happy and satisfied he is.
Well, I've never seen him that happy,
So-
and the last time I saw him was at his own wedding.